Hi guys, my name is Jalen and today I'm going to be doing a book talk on The Selection. So, as you probably know, and if you haven't, you can watch some of my other videos where I just rave about this book. I love this book so much. It is currently my favorite book and I cannot get over it, okay? It's ridiculous. And so, today I'm here to do a book talk on this, and so first I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it if you have not read it, and then we'll do a spoiler section where I'll probably read some of my favorite quotes and some funny things and tell you guys like my overall thoughts on it, and yeah, that's how it's going to go. So, if you have not read The Selection, oh my gosh, so I love this book so much, and the third book comes out on the 6th of May, which is 2 days away, technically 1 because this day is almost over, and I am so excited, and oh my gosh. So the second book is also out, and I will be doing a book talk on that and uploading it I think tomorrow or something really soon, and so yeah. So if you have not read this book, the 2 books that I would give you to describe it is not even books. The Bachelor and The Hunger Games. And the reason I say The Bachelor is because 35 girls come to the palace and they're all trying to fall in love with Prince Maxon and have him fall in love with them back. And I say The Hunger Games because there are rebels, which is really interesting to read about, but that is what where The Hunger Games comes in for me. But I love this book, and so I'll tell you a little about it instead of just saying how much I love it. So it's about a girl named America. Her name's America Singer, which I thought was really confusing at the beginning. I didn't know what was going on, but that was when I was reading the synopsis thing online. So her name is America Singer, and she is a 5. And now, they have these caste systems, so this is also what reminds me of The Hunger Games, and it is 1 through 8. So 1 is the super rich and powerful people, like the royalty. 2 is the pop stars. 3 is the teachers. 4 are the business people. 5 are singers, artists, those kind of things, but they're not famous. 6 are workers, they work for people in people's houses and they clean. 7s are, I don't think they do anything. I don't think they have jobs. They just barely slide by. And 8s are the people, they call them the untouchables, where they're just the homeless people that don't even have a house or anything. So I'm surprised I remembered all those. Wow, I'm good. So she is a 5, and so she is a singer, which is funny because her last name is Singer, so that's why I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? But The Selection is coming up, and her mom is begging her to put her name in, but she does not want to, and she does not want to because she is already in love with the guy named Aspen, that it's a secret relationship, no one knows that they are dating or anything, and she just thinks Maxon is going to be one of those stuck-up snobs, and she doesn't want to even go. She's just like, I don't want to go, you can't make me. And so, but the only problem is Aspen is a caste lower than her. I don't know how you guys say it. I say caste. I don't know, I'm sorry. And, so he tells her to sign up, and, so she puts her name in, and she gets selected, obviously. What would be the point of her point of view if she didn't? And when she meets Maxon, she is thoroughly surprised, and she really likes him, and she just starts to question the future that she thought for herself, and she realizes that it could be so much better, and she just gets to know Maxon, and it's just awesome. It's just amazing, okay? It's just great. And so that is a little bit about the book if you have not read it. If someone was to come up to me and say, what book should I read, I would say, have you read The Selection? So that is how much I really do enjoy this book. So if you have not read it, go read it right now. And then you can come back and we can talk about it. Freaking awesome. Okay. So that's a little bit about it, and if you have not read it, now is the time to go, because it's going to get all spoilery up in here. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. So if you have read this book, oh my goodness. Seriously, I could fangirl about this book all day long. And I have been putting off doing a book review on this for 2 reasons. One, I did not own the book till a little while ago, and then it was lent out because all my family wanted to read it before the next book comes out. And two is because whenever I start talking about the selection or like something I'm really passionate about, my voice gets really squeaky like it is now. And so I've been putting it off. But since the 3rd book comes out soon, I had to do it, and I'm so excited. So you guys know I just read this book in April, and I have not read a book since I read it, this and the first one, because I'm still waiting for the one. It's been like 8 days, and I'm dying. But first, I'm going to read some of my favorite things off. I marked it with tissue paper. Don't judge. Don't judge. I didn't have sticky notes, okay? And then I'll talk a little bit about them, and then I'll tell you guys my overall thoughts and just stuff like that. Okay, so in the very beginning of the book, like on page 30, she's talking to her dad about entering the selection and getting married. And this has really stuck with me. Like, I use this as a quote in a paper that I wrote for school about, like, if you would rather have money or love. And so I use this as one of my quotes, and I'm stuttering. It's America's dad talking to America, and America says, "Dad, if I wanted to marry a 6 or even a 7, and he was someone I really loved, would you let me?" And it says, "He set down his mug, his eyes focused on me. I tried not to give anything away with my expression. His sigh was heavy, full of grief. America, if you loved Nate, I want you to marry him. But you should know that love can wear away under the stress of being married. Someone you think you love now you may start to hate when he couldn't provide for you. And if you couldn't take care of your children, it'd be even worse. Love doesn't always survive under those types of circumstances. But no matter what, I want you to be loved. You deserve to be loved, and I hope you marry for love and not a number." So, like, really, that has really stuck with me, actually. Like, I've remembered that ever since I first read this book. I don't know, I've always, that doesn't happen very much for me, just where I always remember something. And I don't know, I really like what he says there is, like, love can wear away under the stress of something, and especially in, like, their society and stuff, and it's just stuck with me, and I really like it. Okay, and then my next favorite part is their reactions when she gets picked for the selection. So she turns back to say to her mom and May on the couch, "Doesn't she seem awfully Miss America Singer from Carolina, 5. I whipped my head back around, and there it was, the picture of me, just after I found out Aspen was saving up to marry me. I looked radiant, hopeful, beautiful. I looked like I was in love, and some idiot thought that love was for Prince Maxon." Mom screamed in my ear, and they jumped up, sending popcorn everywhere. Jared got excited too and started dancing. Dad, it was hard to say, but I think he was secretly smiling behind his book. I missed what Maxon's expression was. The phone rang, and it didn't stop for days. So I really like that because, I don't know, I can relate to the whole popcorn flying thing, because one time me and my friends were having a party, and we were watching Soul Surfer, and when it got to the shark part, they didn't expect it apparently, and the popcorn just everywhere. And me and my friends still laugh about that. It was like 2 years ago, and we're still laughing about it. And I just love her family. I love them. They're so passionate about things, and it's so different from Maxon's family, and I just think they're just awesome, especially her brother and her sister. I don't know why I love Jared so much. He says maybe 3 lines, and like, you barely hear from him at all, but I love him so much. I think he reminds me a lot about my little brother, and I think that's a lot of why I like him. So my next favorite part is on page 102. I have a lot of favorite parts, okay? A lot. But I'm just showing you some of the things that I just really liked that helped progress in the selection, and things that just stuck with me. And so this is on page 102. And they're talking on the report about the girls arriving at the palace and like showing their footage and stuff. And so on the second paragraph, it says, also traveling with Miss Thames was America Singer, one of the only 3 fives who made it into the selection. They made me look better than I felt at the moment. All I remember was searching the crowd, sad, but the footage they'd chosen me searching made me appear mature and caring. The image of me hugging my father was touching, beautiful. Still, it was nothing compared to the image of me at the airport. But we know the cast mean nothing in the selection, but it seems Lady America was not overlooked. Upon landing in Angels, Lady Singer was the crowd darling at the airport, stopping to take pictures, sign autographs, and simply speak to anyone there. Miss America Singer is not afraid to get her hands dirty, a quality that many believe our next princess needs. And then this very last paragraph that it has, it just shows like the competition and how tough it is. It says, nearly everyone turned to look at me. I could see it in their eyes, the same look I'd gotten from Emeka and Samantha. Suddenly those stares made sense. My attentions didn't matter. They didn't know I didn't want this. In their eyes, I was a threat, and I could see they wanted me gone. So, like, I just think it'd be so hard to make friendships. Like, think about it. I mean, you're fighting with these girls over someone who could potentially be, like, the love of your life, and it would be so hard just to be, like, totally at ease with them, I think. And just, it'd be hard. And then I love the part when Maxon and America bet on May crying with the food. It was so funny. I loved it. And all the girls are so jealous. And it was just awesome. And I love that part. I love it. It's like their first like real interaction kind of. I love when they decide to start tugging their ear. I mean, I love how he's like, how about running your fingers through your hair? And she's like, no, what if you have your crown on? My hair's always in pins. He's like, what about rubbing your nose? And she's like, ugh, no, stuffy nose, that's not attractive. And he was like, okay. And, okay, I find this so funny. And it's on page 155, and it's after their first date. The rebels are attacking, and Max is standing next to America. He gave a dark chuckle, and you're not, so you had absolutely no qualms about kneeing me in the groin, right? I hit your thigh. Oh, please, a man doesn't need that long to recover from a knee to the thigh. I just think it's so funny, like, their banter, because, really, I think Maxon likes that. Everyone's always, if it's not the king or the queen, they just give in to him. They just tell him something, and then if they have a different opinion, they just give in to Maxon's because he is the prince. And I think he likes how she contradicts him and how they talk to each other and stuff. I think they really like that. And I don't know, I think they're just like the cutest thing that's ever happened. Okay, my next favorite part, and I find this part really sad, but she says some really, really good things, and I really like it. It's on page 194 and 195, and she's telling Maxon about Aspen and the relationships that they had. So actually it's just page 95, but on page 94 she's still explaining, and page 193, and at the very bottom on paragraph 5, it says, Maxon, I hope you find someone you can't live without. I really do. And I hope you never have to know what it's like to try and live without them. And then he hugs her and he says, I've only really hugged my mother. Is this okay? Yes. I laughed. It's hard to get a hug wrong. They're just so cute. And like what she said to him, oh my gosh. It made me so sad. But oh my gosh, I love them so much. We're not even gonna get started talking about Aspen right now, okay? Don't even get me started. Okay, next favorite part. Well, it's not really a favorite part. This part, just when the example that she gives him is just so realistic, and I can just picture it, and it's awful. So it's when she calls him down and says, I'm tugging my ear, and he's freaking out thinking that she wants to go home. And so she says, she has him close his eyes, and she says, somewhere in this palace there's a woman who will be your wife. Maybe you don't know which face it is yet, but think of the girls in that room. Imagine the one who loves you the most. Imagine your dear. And then I'm just gonna read like the monologue. That girl, this girl, imagine that she depends on you. She needs you to cherish her and make her feel like the selection didn't even happen. Like if you were dropped off on your own in the middle of the country to wander around door from door, she would still be the one you would have found. She was always the one you would have picked. She needs you to provide for her and protect her. And if it came to the point where there was absolutely nothing to eat and you couldn't even fall asleep at night because the sound of her stomach growling kept you awake, stop it, Maxon said quickly. He walked across the hall and stayed there for a while, facing it away from her. Just like what she says, I think is really powerful, like how bad it really is, and he doesn't even realize how bad it is because his dad won't even let him know for himself. And I think that's when his eyes really start to open to how bad the problem is and how much he really does need to fix it, and how much this country is going to depend on him to fix this country and make it better again. And then my last favorite part, because soon towards the end it gets bad again, which I will talk about, but is the part where they're on the report. I got it. And he talks to America's up, and he asks her about her name, and she tells her that she was a kicker when her mom was pregnant, and they've been fighting ever since. And he asks if she was the one to yell at Maxon, and she said, yes, it was me, and right now my mother is having a heart attack. Maxon called out to Gavril, get her to tell the whole story. Gavril whipped his head back and forth quickly. Oh, what's the whole story? I tried to glare at Maxon, but the whole situation was so silly, it didn't quite work. I got a little claustrophobic the first night, and I was desperate to get outside. The guards wouldn't let me out through the doors. I was actually about to faint into one of the guards' arms, and Prince Maxon was walking by and made them open the doors for me. Aw, Gavril said, tilting his head to one side. Yes, and then he followed out to make sure I was alright, but I was so stressed out, so when he spoke to me, I basically ended up accusing him of being stuck up and shallow. Gavril chuckled deeply at this. I looked past him to Maxon, who was shaking with laughter. But more embarrassing was that the king and queen were laughing along with him. I didn't turn to look at the girls, but I heard some of them giggling too. And I think that's so their relationship. It's funny and it's cute. It's not all serious. It's not all business. It's not you're the prince and I can't make fun of you and I can't tease you. She's so lighthearted with him and he's lighthearted with her back, and they just joke, and it's so much fun, and it's not all serious. And I think that's like, this book is actually pretty serious, and you need some of that. You need some of the jokes that they have, and they're just so cute. Now on to my least favorite topic, Aspen. Oh my gosh, if you guys watched my top 5 hated characters, you will know that he is at the top. I hate him so much. And when he comes to the palace, I want to strangle him. In the 3rd book, if he died, I would not care. I would not care. It's really rude, but seriously, I wouldn't, okay? I hate him so much. And not only is he gonna get himself in trouble for sneaking into America's room, he is gonna get her in trouble. And oh my gosh, so freaking stupid, okay? And I've never hated someone so much, okay? It is passionate, okay? I cannot stand him. This whole time, he rips her apart. And this whole time, in the beginning, she's happy, and then he just breaks up with her. I mean, they were gonna get married, and like, not that I want them to, but that is just so rude. There wasn't even a good reason, and I hate him so much. I hate him. Like, seriously, I can't even talk about it. With my friends, I get so worked up about it. And then we've got Celeste, and I hate her so much. Not as much as Aspen, but almost as much. And it gets worse as the series progresses. But she's just so annoying. She's such a butthead, and she's just so rude and annoying and mean, and I just hate her. And I think America's mom, like, I love her dad. Her dad is just so supportive of her, and he always says the right thing, but her mom is just annoying. And she's like, America's never good enough. And I hate that. I hate that so much. I can't stand that whenever there's a book or movie like that. I'm like, can't you just be proud of your freaking kid for once? Holy crap. But seriously, guys, I love this book so much. I think many people will like it. I love it so much, and I'm so excited for the third one to come out. Like, I'm not going to even be sleeping. That didn't make any sense, but. And I love her writing, and I love the way she, she describes things, and it's all so new, and I really like it. And I love reading about the rebels. I want to know more about them. They're really mysterious, and I am so excited to find out more about them. And yeah, those are my thoughts about the books. Basically, it was just that it's freaking amazing and that you should read it. So, yeah. Read it. Do it. I dare you. Because you're missing out on all this action. But, yeah, if you have not read this book, you need to read it right now. Right now. Like this second. Go get it. Go get it. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. While I rant my guts off about how much I love this book and how much I hate Aspen. I hate him. But, yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.